Welcome to the final Bad Hotel Coffee Chat from the 2013 Grey Cup. My coffee cup's actually pretty empty because I've been doing a little bit of work this morning. But might as well get right to it. It's been some questions and some comments about my interaction with Kent Austin at the post-game press conference yesterday after the Grey Cup. Listen, was it the best question at the best time? Probably not. No question. But it was an open-ended question designed to allow him to talk a little bit about what the team and he has accomplished this year. It's not a particularly uncommon question. Probably could have been phrased a little better, but I don't even think it was the worst question of that scrum, to be honest with you. But I think that the response that he gave, if you take out sort of how he gave it, was actually a pretty good response. And sometimes you ask questions that you already know the answer to, and you do that because you still need to report. You still need to report the answer, and so that's why you ask the question, and that's what I was trying to do there. And look, when you stand in front of a guy, win or lose, for as much as I do, those things are going to happen. It's happened before the season, and I think that's just part of the job. And I don't think you take it personally. I don't think you read too much into it. You just understand that that's sometimes the things that happen, and you drive on. And that's the way that I sort of going to approach this one as well. There was a question yesterday about whether or not I was a fan of the Ticats, and I think I've written about this a little bit in the past, but I don't feel the wins and losses the way that fans do. There's no question about that. I didn't grow up a Ticat fan. It's not that I don't understand what those emotions feel like. I do, and obviously, reading the comments from this blog and meeting fans, you understand how much they care about it and how hard these moments in particular can be. And the other thing that happens is, I've been doing this for 5 seasons now, and you develop an affinity for people. You come to know them and like them and respect them. And, some of them are players and some of them are people that work behind the scenes and things like that. And you want to see them do well in the same way that you want to see the colleagues that you work with in any business do well. You want the best. I think you want the best for people in general, right? And so, I do feel I feel bad for some of the members of the organization because I know how much this meant to them, and it's hard not to have empathy for them. So, but am I a true Ticat fan in the way that all the people that read this blog seem to be? Not by those standards, and to a certain extent, I think that's probably for the best, right? I mean, I think if you covered this team with the passion of a fan, the reporting that you would do would be very different, and your disappointment and your happiness when things were going well would be reflected in your reporting, and I don't think that would necessarily serve the readers best. But listen, I understand that how hard yesterday was for a lot of people. But at the same time, I do think, and Steve writes about this today, and I think it's perfect. Like, the takeaway at the end of the day for 2013 is that this was a remarkable year. I mean, without a championship, and that's disappointing. But I have all the things that this team accomplished, and what a crazy ride they went through, and what all the fans went through, and everything else. I mean, it was just a truly remarkable season, and one that I think, as Steve talks about, will be looked at as sort of a building block for the years to come, and I think that's the ultimate takeaway for 2013. Finally, the last thing I want to say is just thanks. I mean, the people in this blog have been incredibly supportive and with their time and with their comments, and I'm just really appreciative of the feedback that I get from people, and the fact that people come back to read every day, and I really enjoy the community we have here, and I read all the comments, and I do try and take the feedback to heart, and I do try and do the stories that you suggest from time to time, and I really just appreciate the little community that we've built here, and I just wanted to say thank you for another enjoyable season, and just express my appreciation for all that you guys bring to the table. Well, that's it from Regina. I'm on a flight early evening today, and I'm looking forward to sleeping in my own bed and seeing my kids and getting back to some semblance of normalcy. But yeah, that's it from Regina. We'll talk to you soon.